So the grip transition. Here's how I do it. Now, I was actually doing it differently than it looked like Richard, it looked like your interpretation was on the line, or at least the close-up of the video. I wasn't paying as much attention to exactly which fingers were on the thing. So I was actually holding it like not like this, like you see in the manual. I think you see a couple grips like this. I was holding it like this. And I find either of them works. I like to transition into this grip a little easier. And I was doing it first at the half sword. So I was holding half sword, and simply I've got these two fingers here holding the weight of the sword on in my right hand. So I'm holding the sword with those two fingers. And as I'm doing that, I'm just dropping and rotating these two ones around like that. And I feel like the transition can be pretty quick. In fact, so quick it feels pretty comfortable. It's really easy from the half sword. I don't feel like there's a problem with that. And I feel like I can transition to that one fairly well too, if you wanted to do it that way. Of course, I haven't practiced this a whole lot, but I feel like it was pretty easy. And I can also do it from a flug. Not much of a problem if I needed to. And then, you can turn your wrist however you want. I noticed in a lot of cases they have the wrist turned up like this. I'm actually holding it down-ish, kind of like this, and it seems to work. So in short, this is my. I'm showing all this on a blood, but I'm going to try tossing a cheapo plastic because I'm not really in the mood to throw my Lichten hours. Though I actually did give it a couple tosses, and it seems to work just as well with the steel sword as it does with the plastic one. So basically, this is how I'm making this work. I'm going to do it at half sword just because it's easier to demonstrate and easier for me to get right because I haven't practiced it a whole lot. But I'm transitioning my grip, so I'm in this grip, or this one, depending on what you want to use. I'm going to transition into this one, and I'm going to chuck it. And I'm just going to throw it underhand. And what I want to do is I don't want to throw my hand out like this at all. I tried throwing the overhand one too, and I suppose that could work more the javelin style, but I was getting too much fishtailing as you're throwing your arm up like this. And I find it's easier simply to chuck it in a line. As I'm doing that, the real key I found is to get spin on it so that it balances out any imperfections in the throw and keeps it going straight. And so my spin motion from this, I'm gently kind of throwing the sword forward like this, and as I'm doing that, I'm going to use these two fingers, the ones on the bottom, to kind of give it a little spin like this as I throw it up. And it's that spin that gives you a nice rotation in the longsword. Manages to keep it pretty straight. So anyway, this isn't perfect, but let me give a few chucks of the sword and we'll see how it goes. Start my half sword again. I'm going to transition my grip to the next grip. From here I'm just going to sidle it underneath.